All right, the next feature we're going to talk about is the audio editor. And it is another one of those features that saves an insane amount of time. I'll show you right away and it'll explain itself. All right, so here I'll just get a piece of raw footage. Let's say I have one ready here. I'll go to Premiere Pro, import, I'll drag this in. All right, so once I have my timeline set up, I can choose one of the presets that are available here, or I can just figure everything out myself. You can choose an experiment, what you like, but for me, I just prefer it to be around like 33 dB. That way it just chooses any room tones that are available, and if anything is louder than that, it recognizes that and makes sure that that does not get cut off. And another thing that is extremely useful is oftentimes people are speaking and they have a natural cadence, right? For example, I just had a couple of breaks, and that's completely fine. And you don't need an AI to cut everything off because it just sounds unnatural. There needs to be some amount of soul in the video. So you can choose an experiment what you prefer. Like I prefer 0.3 seconds. It's long enough and it just makes everything much more seamless. We can also add padding on front and back. I honestly think you just choose front and don't need to bother with back, but depending on how you prefer. Oftentimes when the audio starts at the beginning, you don't want it to start immediately at the point the person's speaking. You need to give them a few milliseconds so that they can set up, right? That just sounds better in our experience. So you can play with this and see what works for you. So I am just going to put 0.05. That works for me, and I'm not going to add any back padding. Here you can choose what you want to do. You can disable clips where all the clips that are supposed to be silenced, you can disable it, and later you can choose which one you want to delete, or you can have the plugin delete it for you. I'm just going to delete silence and apply to video and audio. Speakers 1. Doing a lot of the cuts, it can be a bit jarring, and most editors will use a jump cut, and you have to do that manually, but you can here just choose to do it automatically, where you can choose how your frame is set up and you can align it accordingly, and then you can choose how much you want to zoom in, and in every alternative cut, it was just going to zoom in on cut. That just saves an insane amount of time as well. Target track, V1. Okay. Perfect. I'll just analyze audio. It should take a few seconds. All right, it's done. It has found 256 silences and about 3 minutes that can be removed from this. Now here you can just click through and play it and see what is happening in those moments before you delete, or you can just delete. For me, I'm just going to remove silence and hide cuts and immediately just gets everything done. It takes about 20-30 seconds. All right. So I have everything set up right here. Before you start analyzing and removing everything, make sure you select the right track, because right now it's a non-destructive process. So it's not going to delete or put it on the original track. So I have the video on the original track. If I put it there, it's just going to make everything go out of sync. So I'm just going to take new track auto and analyze. And let's see, it has found 256 silences, about 3 minutes that can be removed, and you can actually go and check each timestamp and play and see what is happening in those, and if the AI did its job, and if everything looks good, I usually trust it. Remove silence and you'll see it's just so fast. All right, so it's done. It took like about 20-30 seconds. All right, so now that I've set everything up, I'm just going to make sure that my audio is loud enough. On this particular track, it's quite low, so I'm just going to add some gain so that it is easier for it to pick up. Just drag it up. So once I've added some gain here, it makes it easy for the AI to pick up all the nuances. All right, so I'm just going to press analyze audio. All right, it has found about 61 silence regions, 47 seconds of silences that it wants to remove. So I can check here by clicking where the silences are. Click here and then click on the sequence where I don't click on the timeline, and then I can play. See? Silence. So it helps you track everything, right? And if you can check every single one, but honestly, I trust the process. So I'm just going to remove silence and hide cuts. And it is just so fast, as you can see. Done. I did not even have time to zoom out.
The Canola C16 is good, and that's a problem. This is probably your first juicer, and I get it. You're looking for something that's good enough, but something that works, something that saves you $400.
All right, as you can see, it removed all the silences, and it works perfectly.